Hello. So, one question I'm getting asked quite a lot recently, especially since Google announced personal intelligence being rolled out across various products, is how close is it to the Mariner project or Project Mariner that it announced way back in IO last year? Are they the same? Are they different? And it is very fair to say that they do sit in the same mental bucket for a lot of people, but they do solve very different problems at different layers of the stack, essentially, for Google. So if we want to look up at the clear, concise core definitions of this, Project Mariner is an agentic web browsing assistant that operates inside Chrome and Gemini's agent mode. Now it reads what's on your screen, clicks, scroll, if you're not filling forms, and it can complete multi-step tasks. So this is the thing that will drive like agentic shopping, booking, or research on your behalf. Now, personal intelligence is a personal data layer for Gemini. So this connects Gemini to your Gmail, Google Photos, YouTube, search history, everything else you've enabled Google access to. And it can answer questions and take actions using your own content and context to kind of discern them quite bluntly. Mariner is about acting on the web, whereas personal intelligence is about knowing you and providing better context for you as a user. So why they both get confused? So both are kind of branded as making Gemini more helpful and more like a real assistant, but they're both surfaced using the Gemini app and the Google ecosystem. Now, most press and marketing materials usually around this often describe Mariner as a digital executive assistant and personal intelligence as Gemini looking through email and photos. So in headlines, they kind of both read like two flavors of the same AI assistant, and I imagine to most of the general public and generic marketers and users who won't need to know the nitty gritty of this, there probably are going to be two sides of the same coin. But if we look at it in terms of clear distinctions, in terms of their primary role, Mariner autonomously browse and act on the web for you. Personal intelligence exposes and structures your personal Google data for Gemini. Their main interfaces are different. Mariner can be a Chrome extension of the Gemini agent mode. Personal intelligence can be the Gemini app or AI mode in search itself. In terms of data focuses, Mariner is predominantly focused on the public web and UI states, whereas intelligence is on the private web, so your own user data, emails, media, history, photos, with opt-in permissions, of course. And then the typical prompts as well, if you want to look at it more from a how to trigger way. So for Mariner, you would give it a clear instructions like book me a haircut at a salon, book me the cheapest refundable flight to, I don't know, Puerto Rico next week. With personal intelligence, you would more be asking when is, where is, what is the booking code, when is this happening, when did we go to, and it would use that personal intelligence about you to try and answer that more and more. So they actually complement each other quite nicely. Now in the medium term, you can imagine user flow where personal intelligence will figure out what you care about, like your trips, your subscriptions, commitments, by looking at your Gmail, for example, and all the emails coming in and your history. Whereas Mariner then goes and does things on the web using that context, so rebooking flights, cancelling subscriptions, filling in forms with details pulled from your email and saved documents or in browser and other things. Personal intelligence is an internal retrieval and context layer, whereas Mariner is an external action and control layer. And they're different modules, but from a user's perspective, blur into Gemini just did that for me. And like I said, for the majority of the web and users of Google, that distinction isn't important.